Of course, that's going to be the brighter side of Chicago sports, with Chicago basketball. But shall see.
Yeah, I think it's playoffs and bust for this team now. I think the way he was talking, he on that mediocre crap that Paxton and the other clown was on. Yeah, I gotta process this.
It's gonna be interesting, man. Again, like I said, to just reiterate what I was saying, I'm just tired of the whole concept of the NBA at this point. They're just throwing young people in. In my opinion, not many teams are really trying to win. And if you were really trying to win, you would invest long term into these players. And why the hell are you continuing to draft these 19, 20-year-olds that don't really know how to play basketball? They've been indoctrinated into this AAU system in which you're not playing ball. You just run up and down the court. And every time I turn around, it's a team with a system, with veteran leadership and experienced ball players contending and winning titles. Look at the Toronto Raptors. Look at the Boston Celtics. Look at the Miami Heat. Look at most of the teams in the Western Conference. Well, a lot of the teams in the Western Conference. Everybody else is playing this 3-ball, and then when you run up against somebody who's running a system, who's actually playing basketball, you get your ass swept out the playoffs. Is that what the Bulls gonna do? I don't know. So it's just, to me, it seems like a waste of time. But again, I'm not indicting Billy Donovan in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It's just, I just don't know what the hell is next.
I don't know, man, because you remember before that, the virus hit, that team's playing better than probably the all teams in the West except for the Lakers and Denver.
I don't know. I'm willing to check, but I'm looking at it with, as they say, with a side eye. Okay. I'm looking at it sideways because it's like, here we go again with this bullshit. Here we fucking go again, and that seems to be par for the course in Chicago or throughout sports. I'm gonna sell you the greatest dream I can come up with, and people are gonna say, "Well, you never know." Well, last time I checked, we've never known for 21 years, or let's say 17 years, because that Derrick Rose era was about 3 or 4 years long, but we've been never knowing since. You never knew with Eddie Curry and Tyson Chandler over Elton Brand. You never knew with Eddie Robinson. You never knew getting rid of Phil Jackson. You never knew getting rid of Coach Thibodeau. You never know. You never know. You never know. And at this point, I know y'all some fuck ups. But as you stated, this is a new regime. This is a new set of people. This is a situation in which things could be different. I just have zero faith in it. And that's just the name of that tune.
There you go. Respect that.
I definitely respect that. How you feel?
With that being said, Deion Sanders getting hired at Jackson State University. What are your thoughts on it?
Good start, man. You gotta respect him. If you can build that program up, he's gonna be. But shit, even if you don't be there for 3 or 4 years, that's still a step in the right direction, because seeing him take a job like that, you're going to have a lot of other NFL greats that can't get a coaching job like Warren Sapp, for instance, since he had this little hooker incident. So they kind of disowned him for the NFL. But you have people that but they won't have an issue taking that jump to say, look, I'm going to go to this HBCU or this, not UConn, what's the other team, taking a team like, other than, what's the black thing in Mississippi, man?
You mean
I'm coming straight from on the phone to on the phone.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Southern Miss, not Southern Miss. It's a school I come back to. It'll come back to.
Ole Miss?
It's a HBCU. Not Ole Miss.
Jackson State?
Jackson State or something. It's a SBCU school. It'll come
Grambling,
back.
Southern.
It'll come back to me, man. It'll come back to me. But you will have people that are they won't hesitate to take one of those jobs to be successful.
Me personally, well, you know,
you gotta have somebody that's able to actually step out on the limb and go do it. So, congrats.
And I think it'll be an abject failure if they do just if he's only there 3 years. If he uses this as a stepping stone to a big check, I think it was an utter waste of time, and I'll be utterly disappointed because that's the problem. That is the number one problem in our community. I'm gonna start this right here, and soon as the white folks come along with a whole lot of money, I'm gonna go with the white folks, make their ice colder, make their sun shine brighter, and then I'm gonna leave the brothers in the fucking lurch. So if you're gonna take this job and develop that and become the Eddie Robinson of Jackson State, because we have seen chapter, book, and verse over the last 40 years of people moving into our neighborhoods, giving somebody a big pile of money, taking their grocery store, taking their corner store, taking their dry cleaners, taking whatever business they have, and then we stand around and say, hey man, why can't we have? Me personally, if he leaves after 3 or 4 years, because this is football, this isn't basketball. In football, it takes 3 years to get yourself on track. Because now, in 3 years, the people who you recruiting in 2020 and 2021 are sophomore, juniors, and potentially seniors. And they've been indoctrinated into your program, and now your program is ready to move forward. It takes 3 years. So I think it'd be a slap in the face to an HBCU for you to just go there and then take the job at Florida State, like I said, or take the job at the U. Because at what point do we stay in our own shit and develop it and make sure we're cool instead of always saying, well, I proved myself. You gonna give me the job now? But I mean, it's his life. I'm not his father. I'm not his homeboy, and I'm not have no judgment for him. I will think it's a failure if he leaves in 3 years and go to one of these big time white schools. Because, hey, as I stated before you got on the line, were you trying to date me before I got this job? No, you wasn't. So don't try to date me after I blow up. But that seems to be the
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that one, but
okay.
I hope it. Yeah, I'm more so hoping not more so a stepping stone. I hope he does develop this because this may be the beginning of a beautiful thing. So if he gets that job, gets a couple wins, stuff like that, and then boasts, then I mean that's the player. Like not saying his name doesn't go down or anything like that, but like you said, it will be a slap in the face because it was a stretch of hope. A black coach, a black retired player that we can look up to, and say, hey, HBCU, this is what we wanted. Let's get it rolling. Like, if he does leave, it will be a disappointment. But I do wish he did, and make sure the program goes. So I'm with you.
Well, next time, think about this. If anybody disagrees with me, you have the right to do that. But the next time you wonder why the hood fucked up, next time you wonder why, next time you hear somebody saying they need to create jobs for us, think about the time when you could have created a job for yourself and you left. And that's just the name of that tune right there. That's it, full stop, pivot, and go in the next direction. Why keep asking somebody else for their shit when you have your own. But again, it's not my life. But I would rather, me personally, if it was me, especially at the level of a Deion Sanders, I'm not hurting for money. I'm not hurting for fame. And none of you motherfuckers want to deal with me. I'm cool. So don't wait till you see I'm good at something and then say, hey, well, I just want to check you out. Before, I want to make sure you wouldn't fuck up my shit. I want you to let's see if you would fuck up theirs. So that's just, but again, everybody got their own opinion. And that's the way it works. Speaking of opinion, I need somebody's opinion on the whole Clippers debacle and Doc Rivers' legacy. Either one of y'all can take the floor.
Hey man, I'll go first, Joe, since I came in last. You know what? I wouldn't fire him. You know what? No, I wouldn't fire him. But next year, if the motherfucker's going to win, his ass is popped. He on Marvin Lewis time for me. I give him one more year. But I read some interesting stats on Doc as well, man. You know he holds the record for most Game 7 losses as well, man.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting them over the hump. He's getting them there. But it's just that I can't even call them the Buffalo Bills because they're not getting to the championship. But I mean, shit, he Bobby Hart from the Atlanta Braves, if you think about it. So I give him one more year. I don't think it's this thing is his legacy because the teams are winning. It's just on this team you have a holding point guard. Yeah, Patrick Beverly can play defense, but he shouldn't be starting on nobody's team. PG, what they call him now, instead of playoff team,
PG 13%. He got plenty of games at this point.
And Kawhi he picked the worst time to have the worst game of his career damn near in that last game, man. I mean, shit, they didn't have nobody that can mess with Jokic. I mean, that's what I said. I give it one more year, let them clear that up. They get Derrick Rose to somebody over there that can probably run the team or at least give them some offense at that point guard position. They'll be straight, man. It just, this year wasn't it, man. But I don't think it's paying his legacy as a
Alright, so taking the legacy, I mean, he won. I mean, he has a championship, so a lot of coaches can't say that. He has a lot of wins, but he does have that big win, that championship. Doc is whoever put him off that, John Maywood. So he'll always be the great guy in regards to that. In regards to this series, I mean, I can blame Doc so much, but I have to blame his play because, I mean, Doc made, Paul George shoot off the backboard. Did he, tell Paul George not to hit all his shots? I mean, these are athletes. These are players. They came on the court. It was just cold. It sucked. Some things sometimes happen like that. But the fact that you are 3-1, that's why I give some blame to Doc. Like, once Denver started making adjustments, the Clippers did. Because they kept saying, oh, we got another game. And then the game 7, and he was ice cold. So, yeah, it was terrible that Kawhi had his, worst quarter of the game, 4 color series in the fourth quarter of game 7. Paul George has had 3 games out of 7. So he was bound to have another bad. But I'm with you, brother Illinois. Give him one more year and see what's going on. This was truly kind of a tricky season because, playing, all of a sudden it stopped. Then playing in this bubble, So I'll give him the pass that everything was a little bit different.